Good morning, good afternoon, good whatever time of day you are watching this. My name is Elizabeth Tolis, and I am a small business coach. So what I do is I help people be more effective at building the business that they want to have so that they can have the lifestyle that they want to have and so that they can make the impact that they want to make on the world. And I'm coming to you with my very first YouTube video to share with you kind of an extension of a training that I did with my members. So I run a membership program called Full Focus Entrepreneur, and this month the focus in that program is on the habits and routines that make us really effective and focused entrepreneurs. And I wanted to broaden this out into a bigger training that I released to everybody out there because what I'm going to talk about today is something that I think is so incredibly key to being focused and impactful in your day and to having a really healthy and sustainable lifestyle. So I wanted to open it up to everybody, and today I will be talking about morning and night routines. I will come right out and say that the queen of morning and night routines on YouTube is without a doubt Amy Landino. She runs Amy TV, and she wrote an entire book. I have it up here actually. She wrote an entire book about morning routines. I think I'm going to post probably at some point a review of that book and a couple other morning routine related books. But I wanted to come on and give kind of my own spin on this that is specifically geared towards entrepreneurs. So here's kind of a crash course in routines. First of all, the reason that we want to have routines is because they help us in a couple key areas. They eliminate decision fatigue. They help you kind of remove a lot of stuff from your brain so that you don't have to think about it. They help you stay on track with the habits that you want to have because they're so built in, they become rote habits as part of that routine. And they're really effective at helping us to make sure that our most important things get done. Aristotle said that we are what we repeatedly do. And this is so incredibly true of habits that when you build something that's kind of a master habit, a routine, which is, a series of habits that you do consistently, then that is going to shape who we are because we're repeatedly doing these things. He also says not only are we what we repeatedly do, but that therefore excellence isn't about one thing that we've done. It's a habit. We've repeatedly performed with excellence, and excellence has shown up across lots of different things that we've done. Creating excellence in your life and in your business is based in the habits that you do repeatedly. When I talk about a night and a morning routine, I want to start with the night routine because it's the basis on which your morning routine is built. If you don't set yourself up the night before, your morning routine can't be as effective in the morning because you're kind of scattered. You haven't set yourself up. Your night routine is also important because a lot of people, for their morning routine, it's going to require them to get up at a certain time, and that time is often early. It doesn't necessarily have to be. You can do your morning routine directly after whenever it is that you wake up. But for a lot of us, definitely for me, once I started adding things into my morning routine, I knew I had to get up earlier so that I could still be done and ready for my day at the same time. So we want to make sure that we've reverse engineered our night routine to get us ready to go to bed in time to get up for our morning routine and still get in an appropriate amount of sleep. The purpose of your night routine is to set you up for your morning, to help you get to sleep so that you sleep effectively and wake up well rested, and to help eliminate some of the decisions that are going to fatigue you in the next day. So crash course, decision fatigue. I've said it already and I'll kind of harp on it in a minute. So decision fatigue is based on the fact that we can make a certain amount of decisions in a day. And those decisions range from what we eat to whether or not we fire someone or hire someone or spend $1,000. And as we make decisions throughout our day, we deplete our energy for making decisions. That's why if you think about a time in your life when you had to make a lot of decisions, a great example is like planning a wedding, having a baby. A lot of these big life events come with, you've got to register, which means you've got to pick between 17 nearly identical items, and that is really decision fatiguing. When you have to make any big decisions about anything big that you're planning, decorating your house, any big design project that requires each detail to get marked off by you, all of those things are going to really quickly deplete your energy. And so you might think back to one of those times, and that will kind of illustrate it really well for you. People have hacked into this idea of decision fatigue by eliminating decisions that they have to make every single day. The quintessential example is Steve Jobs wore a black turtleneck and jeans all the time because he knew he's going to have to make big, high-level decisions all the time, and he wanted to eliminate that decision of what do I wear. Now, I don't make as high-powered decisions as Steve Jobs every day, but as an entrepreneur, I don't have a boss telling me what to do, which means I have to make a lot of decisions about what I'm going to do in my business and how I'm going to walk through my day. So I want to eliminate some of those decisions, and I do that in my night routine. Now, I do not wear the same thing every day because I don't want to. But the way that I work around that is I make some of those decisions the night before. And there's a couple reasons that this works. I know I just said that your energy for decisions gets depleted throughout the day, but keep in mind when you're making a decision for tomorrow today, it actually doesn't feel as high a stakes a decision. So for example, picking out what I'm going to wear tomorrow is a lot easier than picking out what I'm going to wear today. And I'll talk more about that when I talk about how you design your night routine. But for now, all you need to know is that your night routine is going to eliminate some of the decisions in your morning. It's going to help you fall asleep. So usually you'll have some kind of relaxation or winding down portion of your routine. And it's going to set you up so that you can walk right into your morning routine without resistance. And I'll talk more about the things that I do to make that happen in a minute. Your morning routine is all about, you've got your world set up the night before, but your morning routine is about starting you off really strong in the morning. So that means starting you off physically, mentally, emotionally, and business-wise in the zone, and setting yourself up to have the kind of day that you want to have. A huge part of this is often reconnecting with your vision or your goals or your ideals. So that's about really thinking at the start of your day, how do I use this day to move me towards the life and the business that I want to have? And that is a really powerful exercise because now you've started out kind of on the right foot. You've started out headed in the direction of your vision and with your focus and your intention on that vision. That is kind of what each of them is for, but together they have a really powerful effect on what I call like a bare minimum threshold day. And what I mean by this is I have designed my morning and my night routine so that if all I get done in a day is I get up and I do my morning routine and then, life happens and the middle of the day is kind of useless and I don't get things done and all that, but then I do my night routine. If I've done AM and PM routines, then it was a good day. Then I have put in those routines things that move me as a human being and my business as a business forward towards what I want them to be. So that even my bare minimum day has met the threshold for being a good day. So that means that my morning and night routines include the absolute essential activities that have to happen for my life to kind of move forward, well lubricated, with all the maintenance done, and so that it doesn't all come crashing down around me. My bare minimum is met when I do my AM and my PM routines. Now, the nitty-gritty good stuff, how do you design this? So I'm actually going to make like a printable worksheet for you guys because it is something that's kind of visual because it is so personal and so tailored to you. But I'll walk you through it first. If you want the printable worksheet, I guess you could do it on your laptop. If you want the worksheet, printable or not, go ahead and email me at elizabeth@elizabethtolis.com, or I'll put a link in the description box below for you to sign up to receive that. It'll just be signing you up to receive whenever I release freebies or videos or podcasts. You'll get that there, and I'll right away send you the worksheet for how to design your AM and PM routines, and that'll be down below. So when we're designing this, we want to also keep in mind where you are strongest. So I talked about getting a couple things in that will move you and your business forward. I do those in the morning because I'm fresh in the morning. I can handle it in the morning. At night, I can only handle kind of rote tasks, those habitual things that are really like no-brainer. I can do them with my eyes closed. So I do mostly like setup, clean up, that sort of stuff at night. And in the morning, I do a couple of very action-oriented, move my business forward activities. So keep that in mind as you're designing. You can swap things around to match the energy that you have in the morning versus the energy that you have at night. But in general, I put eliminating decisions and setting up in the night, and then vision and those bare minimum things I need to have a good day in the morning. But that's just the way that I do it. So I'm going to give you a couple examples of how you would go about designing these routines. Later, I will upload a kind of vlog style going through my night and morning routines with you, as well as the things that I'm currently trying to add to my routine that aren't quite habit yet, but I'm hoping to get there, so that you can see kind of how this works as an organic process. You can't just wake up one day and do your 30-item morning routine flawlessly and then continue to do that consistently forever. I've never heard of that working for anybody. So if it has worked for you, please comment and tell me, and we will worship you as the God of all morning routines. But bottom line, you've got to make this tailored to you, and you've got to kind of incrementally introduce it. So, but going back to how we're going to design it. First of all, we want to eliminate some of those decisions. So I sat down and I wrote a list of all the decisions that I have to make in the morning that I just wish I didn't have to make. So that's, what am I eating for breakfast? What am I wearing is the big one. Do I actually have to put on makeup? Those are kind of the big ones. So I went through and I thought of ways to do them all the night before. So now I end my day by recapping my day. And I do that in my bullet journal, which I'll probably do a video on at some point. I then set up for the next day. So I go over what I'm doing that day, and I check the weather for tomorrow. And then I pick out an outfit based on the weather and what I'm doing. And I put it on the chair if I don't have to wear makeup, and I put it on my makeup table if I do have to wear makeup. So I don't have to figure it out in the morning. I check with my husband and we decide what we're gonna have for breakfast in the morning and when he needs to leave or when I need to leave to know how our morning's gonna go. And we decide when we're gonna shower. So we do those things at night so I don't have to make those decisions in the morning. I know what I'm eating, wearing, when I'm getting up, where I'm going immediately. I don't have to deal with any of that in the morning. The other thing that I do at night is a series of kind of housekeeping, prep, setup, cleanup tasks. So I clean off my desk and I pull out the things that I'll need for my morning routine. I go through the apartment and I'll do like a little sweep to see if there's, sweater. I'm notorious for like putting on sweaters and then taking it off halfway through the day, and it's like in the dining room all over the table for no reason. So I go pick some things up, maybe put my shoes away. If there's, dishes out drying on the drying rack, I'll put them away, or I'll make sure the dishwasher is started. I fill the water pitcher so that I have nice, cold, filtered water in the morning. And then, of course, I go into, I take off my makeup and I brush my teeth and all that. So that is the other part. And now, all together, since none of these are really like deep thinking tasks, the hardest thing I have to do is pick out an outfit depending on the weather. That is part of what helps me wind down, because that third function of your night routine is to help you wind down. I've put my phone to bed at my desk when I cleared it off, so that I'm not getting into bed and scrolling. I make sure that I'm not doing any kind of intense hard work. By doing some planning, I've brain dumped so that I don't have to be like, what am I doing tomorrow? because I've already gone through it. So that kind of helps me to quiet my brain. And the simple fact that I do pretty much the same thing every night is a rote comfort. The consistency of it tells my brain, oh, we've started the night routine. Okay, we're going to sleep in T-minus 20 minutes. The way that I make sure I get this all done before I go to sleep, or before the time I need to go to sleep, is I have an alarm that goes off on my phone when it's time to start winding down. I do it a full hour before I would like to be asleep so that I can finish up whatever task I'm working on, do my full night routine, get into bed, and then have some time in bed to read or to talk to my husband or to do other things with my husband. Whatever it is that I want to get done, I know I've got a full hour to get it out of the way before I go to sleep. My morning routine was designed to be kind of the mirror image of that. I've got some slow waking up stuff that I do, going to the bathroom, washing my face. That makes me feel like a human. I drink a whole cup of water because now I'm fully hydrated and I can feel awake. Whenever I say water on camera, I get thirsty. So just like I looked at what decisions I would need to eliminate to make my morning good, and just like I looked at what things I would need set up so that I woke up and I walked into my kitchen and didn't go, oh, the dishes need to be put away. I laid out my morning routine so it could happen. So a lot of your night routine, you'll kind of reverse engineer from your morning routine. The rest of my morning routine was designed by looking at two things. The first is my vision for my life. So I have written out a kind of a narrative of what I want my life to be like. I think it's in 5 years. And what do I want to have built in terms of my business? What do I want my home life to be like? What do I as a human being want to be like? And then I've looked for what is going to need to happen in order to make that vision statement come true. So for example, and this is a low-hanging fruit example. I, in 5 years, want to be really physically fit and healthy. If I were to reverse engineer that into a habit, that would mean that I would have to routinely work out and exercise and eat and, not get into smoking or drinking or anything that's bad for me. I would have to have healthy habits. So then looking at my morning routine, I would know that I need to have some time in that morning routine so that my good day threshold is met of I've moved or I've eaten well or whatever. For me, that turns up in I have full, big, real breakfast every morning with like fruits and vegetables and protein and everything. No, it's not like a bagel and run I'm not a bagel and run kind of person. So I have worked that in because that's something that's important to me, having healthy food in the morning. And looking at something in my business. For example, if I say that in 5 years, I want to be able to do all of my work in, the hours between 5 a.m. and 1 p.m., then I need to be consistently getting right into work at the beginning of my day so that I can be done by lunch. If I say that I want to live in a home that is clean and open and full of light, then I need to be waking up in the morning and either waking up to a clean home or waking up and cleaning my home so that it is like that all the time. Your vision is going to tell you where you want to go, and then you can compartmentalize that, not compartmentalize, but narrow that down into the individual things that are going to have to happen every single day in order for that to be true, and then put some in your morning and some in your night. Aside from using your vision to help you figure out what to put in your morning routine, I also want you to put your vision in your morning routine. So for me, that's in the form of specific writing prompts that have to do with my vision, rereading my vision, checking in with my goals. We want to use the time at the beginning of the day to set the stage for what we're working towards in that day. Every day should, in some way, shape, or form, get you closer to the person you want to be and the business and the life that you want to have. So we need to be connecting with that vision on a daily basis so that we can have it in the forefront of our minds. It's about setting an intention for your life through checking in with that vision for your business, checking in with that business vision as well, so that you're building towards that business in everything that you're doing during the day. I'm going to be uploading a video of me going through my actual morning routine. Everybody's morning routine is going to turn out different. Yours should be different from mine, but taking a look at what mine is might give you an idea. You can also look through YouTube. There are plenty of people who have uploaded videos of what their morning routine is. This is an entire book that I'm in the process of reading that is made up of interviews about people's morning routines and what they incorporate. So there's lots out there about this. So once you've got your decisions that you want to eliminate, you've incorporated your vision, you've taken a look at what threshold you have to meet in order for just your morning and your night routine to have made this a good day, those are going to build out your morning routine for you. Those are going to help you pick which things you want to put in your night routine to get you set up and which things you want to put in your morning routine to start your day off right.